Hi everyone, it's Rabbi Briskin with a thought for Shabbat. This week's Torah portion called Korach continues to describe the ongoing discontent of the people and the fracturing of their society. Discontent and chaos are regular features of the book of Numbers. In recent weeks, we've seen Moses' siblings, Miriam and Aaron, complain about their brother's leadership. We've seen poor leadership by the scouts sent to reconnoiter the land. 10 of these 12 tribal leaders that Moses chose to take a look at the promised land returned with a report that agitated the entire Israelite community so much that they almost rebelled against Moses and Aaron right then and there. And this week, we come to the biggest crisis that Moses has faced thus far. Korach and 250 of his followers attempt to wrest leadership from Moses. And this week's challenge to Moses threatens the entire foundation that he, with God's help, has been building up since Egypt. Korach and his followers verbally assault Moses and Aaron. They question their leadership and priorities. They accuse them of arrogance. You have gone too far, Korach accuses, for all the community are holy and God is in their midst. Why do you raise yourself above God's congregation? Moses' response is noted not for its arrogance or anger, but rather for its humility and patience. When Moses heard about Korach, Moses heard and fell on his face, the text says. And as the medieval commentator Isaac Abravanel suggests, Moses understood the nature of their complaint and afterwards he fell on his face. Why? It was either to seek God's guidance or it was in order to be alone, in order to figure out what to do. The Mehashiloach, a Hasidic commentator, suggests that Moses' response was the ultimate act of humility, lowering himself before the people, before Korach, and before God, even pleading on behalf of those who would want to remove him from power and leadership. Moses fell on his face. He had to figure it out. He sought a place of refuge, even if just curled up face down in front of Korach and his followers. For a few moments, he was able to retreat into his own thoughts and just do nothing as he determined the next course of action. And he emerged with new clarity, answering with confidence that wouldn't have been present had he not taken the time to understand what was happening. In times of stress or distress, sometimes we have to heed the advice of a great teacher of mindfulness named Sylvia Boorstein, who once taught, don't just do something, sit there. Don't just do something, sit there. Take a few minutes, breathe, collect your thoughts. Yes, easier said than done in the moment, but ultimately better for you and all concerned. Taking time to step away or into your own thoughts will enable a clarity of mind, vision, and purpose to emerge. And that, my friends, is our hope for all of us, especially in times of distress, of stress, of crisis that many of us are facing now. Sometimes we just have to sit there before we react, gather our thoughts, some clarity of mind or purpose, and then act. And when we do, greater purpose and vision, and ultimately a greater response is likely to be found. That's my thought for Shabbat. Wishing everyone a Shabbat Shalom.